6 of the AdoreKnit Podcast. I'm your host, Steph, also known as the Knitting Samurai on Ravelry, and AdoreKnit Steph on Instagram. It's going to be a real short show today because my youngest turned 5 this weekend. Well, he actually turned 5 on Monday, but we did a camping trip / birthday party event over the weekend, and it was time consuming and it ate up a lot of my brain power, and so not a lot of knitting got done. But I do have some KAL updates and some prize drawings and some whips to share with you. So let's jump right in. I have a note somewhere. There it is. Okay. All right, sorry for moving out of frame. So my Spring Cleaning Shawl by Stephen West has made some progress. I didn't get nearly as much knitting done this weekend as I said. I had grand ambitions of knitting the whole 5th section, but I'll just leave it at having finished the 4th and starting the contrast color between. So here is the beginning, my first section down here in the stripes. That's Fiber Nymph. The teal is Inspiration Dye Works, and the acid lime is Miss Babs. I think the color is Swamp Thing, and that did a little bit of pooling on it, but I still like it. And then the 4th section, I went back and did the self-striping again. So my next section is going to be gray. That's a good part about recording where the yarn lives. If I think of something, I can grab it. So I had planned on doing this skein of pewter by Miss Babs for the 5th section, which the 5th, 6th, oh, the yarn's already. 5th, 6th, and 7th sections are all 200 to 300 yards. So a little bit more work on that. Still love it, still think it's really fun, super simple. He's got easy to follow instructions, and if you're thinking about doing it, I definitely would. So next, this is it. This is your knitting content. I have been working on my DVD socks, and last week, famous last words, I'll figure it out as I go, and if I don't like it, I'll know. So I was in denial for quite a while and thought that this colorwork sock was gonna work for me, but it really wasn't. And I didn't like the way, because I had to do color work for 4 rows out of each color, and I didn't like the way that was looking, and I was alternating skeins, and I wasn't maintaining the stripe pattern, and it was just very frustrating. So Saturday, Tristan took a nap, and I sat and knit because he needed a car ride to take that nap. So I sat and knit, and I worked on this for about an hour. No, for about half an hour, and then I just broke the yarns. I was like, enough, I don't love it. And I cast on, hang on, these are my waterproof headphones. Got them on Amazon. I love them for the pool. I cast on for the sock again. So the last few pairs, I have not finished a whole skein of yarn, so I'm not gonna rip that back unless I need to, or until I'm done, because I just like having them to compare. So this is, I'm a mess over here. So here it is in my traditional toe-up sock, 2x2 rib on the front, stockinette on the back, easy peasy. And this is the Lighthouse colorway, which I think is pretty great. I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see it, but this is pale blue, and this is gray, and then this is darker gray. So I really like it, and I can just picture the lighthouse in Rockland where I grew up spinning around. So this makes me happy. And also that variegated section is just the happiest. When I get there, I'm like, woo, because then it's like yellow, orange, pink, purple. It just makes me so happy when I'm knitting that section, in case you couldn't tell by my little happy dance. Real quick, I finished, did I tell you? Yes. I was listening to the Everneath I'm going to put who it's by under here. Oh, Brody Ashton. He was one of the authors in my Plain Jane, the Lady Jane series. And this one started off so slow. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I made it through the first 2 hours. And then it's like he hit the gas pedal and the book got much better. And so much so that when I finished that one, I went straight into the next one. So a little bit of mythology and modern day, Hades, Persephone, hell, those themes are in it. It's an interesting twist. And that reminds me, I joined Goodreads and I set myself a goal of reading 15 books this year. I've wanted to be on Goodreads for a long time. Because I do enjoy knitting. I do enjoy audiobooks, especially in the summer when I'm outside and on the deck and mowing the lawn now. That's another time when I listen to books. So, so I joined. And I'm happy I did that. We watched Good Omens with David Tennant and Michael Sheen, and it was amusing. I'll say that. So there were some differences from the book, but nothing that bothered me. And it was funny while we were watching. Steve asked me at one point, is he gonna go? Is he gonna jump into her? And I said, yeah. And he said, oh right, you read the book. Like he was just theorizing on what was gonna come next because he likes to do that while watching things, like whatever. So he was, after that he was mum through the rest of the series because obviously I was gonna tell him. So that, no shop update this week. I have just been replenning, keeping it pumping right now until June 18th. So for 1 week, we're doing 60% off sale items, clearance items, select, certain, 40 items to be exact. So if you wanna go check those out, there's a sale section over on the left-hand side of the navigation on the AdoreKnit site, which is adorknit.etsy.com. Okay, so let's go into the knit along. Binding off Blankets KAL. So I was really pleased with the turnout we had. We ended up with 49 entries. We had 4 of those come from Instagram. Yay! And I had another stat. Oh, and we finished 6 blankets in total, so awesome. I got mine done. That was really the important one. So I do have a pattern I want to share with you. So this week, Anne got in touch with me. You're gonna see where this is going. And she just released her first pattern. It's called Coral Tides. It's a shawl wrap. It is US size 5 and she recommends 425 yards. It's an asymmetrical shawl knit side to side, starting at one point with 2 stitches and ending at the other. It is the perfect shawl for that random skein of fingering yarn that is too pretty for socks. So here's a picture of what it looks like. I even printed it in color. So she contacted me and said I could give away one of the patterns if I'd like. So I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna just add this into the binding off blankets, and I already pulled for the prizes. So the pattern copy of this is gonna go to Little Mermaid fans. So send me a message letting me know that you've seen this and I'll get back in touch with you. And that was one of the Instagram posts. The yarn bag, I've shown it twice, so I'm gonna assume you've seen it. The yarn and the project bag, those are going to go to Naughty 54 Knitter. Congrats! And then only the people that finished blankets were eligible for this, and then they scored different points depending on the size of their blankets. So of those eligible, I think we had 8 entries all told. 41 to 49. Yeah, that's 8, right? No, it's 9. Okay, it's been a long day, and Steve is traveling. And I'm choking myself on my adult beverage. I'm having a Smirnoff. These are spiked seltzers. They're only 100 calories, 1 carb. So I drink these when I want to drink. I kind of miss my screwdrivers with Sprite. That was my go-to drink. But this is okay too. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so there were 9 people eligible, excluding myself. And the winner was Jackie Knits. So that was for her second finished blanket. So there you go. That's the update. We are now done with the Binding Off Blankets KAL, and we are going to roll into other people's KALs. I'm not going to run one right now, but I'm going to let you know my progress on the ones that I'm involved in. So, Stash Dash 2019, I'm trying to do 5K worth of yarn, and I'm still at 1,005 yards because I did not finish anything new this week. For the Splash Pad Party, which is hosted by Down Cellar Studios, Jen over there. And Stash Dash was by the Knit Girls. I didn't mention that. Okay, so Splash Pad Party. I have a total of 7 points. I don't have a goal. Maybe 50 points would be nice. I don't know. I've never participated in this KAL before. I just set as a goal that I wanted to be part of it. So I love the chatter over there. So fun. And then lastly, Crafty Bingo, which is hosted by She Must Knit. So I have the same 6 out of 25 bingo squares done. You can make your own custom bingo card. Just contact Erin. Contact her. Okay, I was telling you about Crafty Bingo, I think, and my 7 p.m. is the playroom clean alarm went off, and that shuts everything off. So I will talk to you about this again. So Crafty Bingo, I have the same 6 out of 25 squares finished, and toward my goals, I finished my 2nd of 10 socks, but I have the Lighthouse, which will be my 3rd, and then my car purse knitting socks, which will be my 4th. So making good progress on that, considering I didn't cast on my first pair of socks until April. So I did my 2nd and 3rd hats out of 10. That's the goal there. No. 6 socks, 10 hats. Gosh, I wrote notes, but I didn't even write them correctly. So, yeah. I finished my Loveful hat and my Northeasterly Barley, so that's great. And then my blanket didn't count towards any of my squares. So that's it. That's what I've got. So what's going on with us? I can share some of Tristan's birthday party with you. We did a camping weekend / birthday party. The last 3 Roland birthdays have been, that's my older son, have been at Beaver Camp Lodge. And my younger son said, oh, I want to go there, I want to go there. So we did that this year for him. And we had aunts and uncles and cousins come from Mass, and his aunt and his grandparents, my in-laws, came from Maine, and so we were all there at the campground, and it was a great time. There was arcade and pool, and there's a pond, and what can I say? We went down the dock of the pond, and when we were walking back, I saw a snake in the water. You've never seen me run so fast to get off of something screaming. Snakes aren't my thing. But Tristan was really happy. He was, of course, spoiled by all of the friends and family because a lot of people sent gifts and cards. So very much appreciated that. And we came home Monday, and Monday was catch up for me, and then today has been lots of shop stuff. And tonight, Roland lost a tooth. He's 7.5. So this is his 4th tooth. All of his, I don't know why I think I need to show you my fingers for you to count. I'll put them in my pockets, there we go. All of his teeth, he's lost 4 on the bottom, and they've all come out after the adult tooth has come in behind. So they're shark teeth, because he's got 2 rows of teeth at the time. And they come in one by one, but whatever. And yeah. So he was funny. He brought Toothy, the pillow, the tooth-shaped pillow I knit for him. He brought him camping with us, and Steve and Roland slept out in the tent, and Tristan and I slept up in they've got one of those, my parents in their RV have one of those loft beds over the cabin, and this is the most comfortable I've ever been sleeping in an RV in my entire life. So I slept like a rock both nights, and it was great. So we did the traditional s'mores, and I'm back on this. How did I get back on this? And strawberry shortcake, and then the cake. I gotta tell you about the cake. Okay, so Tristan and I baked the cake on Friday. We pureed, or not really pureed, but like super finely chopped in the food processor. I just have a manual one. I think it's Pampered Chef. But anyways, so we finally chopped some strawberries. He wanted strawberry cake with red sprinkles and vanilla frosting. So we compromised, and we put those red sprinkles and vanilla frosting, we put that in between the 2 layers of the cake. And I also put a layer of really thinly sliced strawberries just to make it pretty. And then we froze it, and Sunday morning we took it out and it thawed out, and my mom frosted it. She did an amazing job, okay? She made it all white, made it look all nice and smooth. It was a 9x13, too high. And then I gave her a picture of Spider-Man in a web that I wanted on Tristan's cake, and she did it. Roland helped her for about an hour. The 2 of them stood in the RV, and every time someone would even put their foot on the steps, one or both of them would yell, "Hey, you're shaking the RV!" because it was just such fine work. So it was great. The cake was amazing. I ate it. I should not have. Yeah. But it was a good birthday party. I'm so glad. Those events like that tend to stress me out, and it's just ridiculous because it's about the kids and what makes them happy. And Tristan was so loved. So I think that's it. I think I'm gonna wrap it up right here and just say to you, happy knitting. Enjoy what you're doing. Happy summer. It's the middle of June almost, and life is good. So take care.
Sunsoaked Yarns, Jody, I love it. Look at that. That's a gorgeous gray black color. Oh, I can't wait to make my striping shawl with the gorgeous yellow. I'm gonna have Grello. Woo! I just saw his tail move. He's looking at us, and the air smells like he's so funny.
There he goes again.
So,
Honey, you gotta go all the way to the end of the fence.
who's dropping on my grass?
You are making him very nervous, sweetheart. Where'd he go? There he is. Hiding behind a bush. Like we can't see you.
Why is he looking at me?
Because you made a noise. Bye, Mr. Deer.
Can we go inside?
Too close to the edge there, Hiawatha.
I'm Hiawatha.
Oh, there's a horse over there, Tristan. I just saw a horse walk by that red building. Oh, there he is again. Or maybe it's not a horse. What is it?
It's a pony or a horse.
It's pretty fat.
Okay, here he comes again.
Here's the horse again. He's just going back and forth.
It's a farm. Why wouldn't he?
Okay, you ready?
What are you doing, Pepe?
Wait a minute.
That's the big step.
That's a tough rolling. Yeah, wait, you gotta breathe though. Breathe.
He just got here. It's the first
Breathe,
time he's
breathe,
at the
rolling, breathe.
I've stepped onto the first step of this cold water pool. This is the second, third,
Ooh.
fourth.
Oh, you got it, man.
That is the lobster that Tristan picked out when Pepe said, buy something Tristan would like in the general store.
And his favorite food is rotten eggs. Did anyone hear me just read this?
Yes, bro.
Just on the very end, there's a little tape.
But it's a chance to use the knife.
I don't know. We've got Uncle Roy's knife collection was left to Rick, and it's a huge knife collection. I'm not looking forward to.
Hey,
It's interesting.
make sure you don't lose that Beyblade
Helmet.
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 Lord
No,
helmet.
you're gonna cover your ears.
Those are the best ones. I love those. Yeah.
These guys are going down.
They're going
You're
down.
going down, down, baby.
Yeah. 2 more to go.
Shimmy, shimmy, cook, cook, cook.
Ow.